He's got to assemble a team. Go get to Aquatica in time, not just to get the McAllister research, but they know about the survivors in the pod. They need to get them for some reason. Maybe they've got a bit of shark brain in there. Maybe there's some other means of developing a cure, and they just want to get both of them. Who knows? So Trent and Misty immediately on board. Aaron is coming along, but he doesn't want to go. He's going to stay in the chopper as lookout or communications, but the chopper gets taken out and he's forced to go in with them. So he's not prepared to go in. He's complaining the whole time.
We can get the exploding helicopter guys back in here.
Yeah, we get Will back in for this one. And Aaron's not surviving this film. Sorry to say, he's taking on the Scoggins role definitely in this. He's whining, he's complaining, he doesn't make it. But Preacher is reluctant, but he gives in. He doesn't want to come back, but he realizes the mission at hand. He realizes the threat of Seamageddon. He still hasn't quite avenged Scoggins enough, so he comes back. Whether he makes it or not, I don't know. I hope he does. And there's a few new people in there. Don't know who that is. But Emma, Mia, and Nandi not part of the team.
Ooh.
But they hear about the mission. I may have put a bit of preparation in this and then sprung it on you rather than let you know what was going to happen today, Mark. I do apologise.
This is good. This is story time with Jay.
So Emma hears about the mission because Ronnie Cox, he's using Marines to plan this. And one of them served with Shaw, or Emma's father, so they heard about it, they let Emma know, and so she and Nandi, they head out there to go and take it as well. Mia wants to come, Emma doesn't let Mia come, Mia stows away anyway. So she's there too. And they either arrive at the team, just as the team's car's taking off to say, hey, we're coming too, or they're in a separate boat or craft or ship, whatever, that wherever the Carter's chopper lands, they go and meet them there and they go in with them there. I don't know. But we need a villain. I haven't got a villain yet. So, enter the surviving top half of Carl Durant with robot body. He's now living his own nightmare. He's part machine. he's always wanted
Kenneth Branagh legs.
He wanted to fight the robot uprising, but now he's part robot uprising.
Whoa!
He hears about the mission. He assembles his own team, and he recruits his mercenary brother, Michael Jai White, to lead it That's what I've got the setup. Whoever's directing this, John Pogue or whomever, I've given you the kickoff point. You need to go out and find all of these people and get them on board. This is definitely a theatrical release. So we need, whatever happens, we need Deep Sea 4 to be a rousing success, so that 5 can be back in cinemas.
Wow,
That's
this is a gamble.
Yeah,
wow.
But hey, it's gotta happen.
This movie's beautiful.
I want it to happen so much.
This sounds great. It's better than one I just came up with on the fly.
But I was trying to think who could come back, who is definitely alive and potentially alive near the film. So Carter, Preacher, Ronnie Cox, the other Aquatica unnamed crew, including Renny Harlin, and the 4 kids from the start of Deep Sea, they're all still around. One of them wrote Scoop. Also, you could potentially argue that the top half of Janice could be alive because she gets bitten and dragged down. I don't think she fully dies on screen. So if we've got the top half of Carl Durant, the top half of Janice Higgins could be out there as well. Who knows? Everyone else dead. They're gone. Deep Sea 2, obviously Aaron, Trent, and Dr. Misty Calhoun. The boat captain, he never died. And Misty's students. The baby sharks are now grown up. We've just witnessed 3 of them dying in this film. And the top half of Durant. And then Deep Sea 3, Mia, Emma, Nandi, of course. We debated whether Lucas is actually dead or not, because he gets stabbed in the heart, falls down, and then left. He could have survived that, potentially.
He's still kicking around.
Yeah, also, Spin, technically don't see him get eaten. He could be out there.
Mm-hmm.
We only see Bahari's arm. The rest of him could be out there with just missing an arm.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever else is manning the Thassos cannot just have been these 5 guys on a ship that size.
And Earls is definitely dead.
Earls is definitely dead. Shill is definitely dead. And Brown is definitely dead. He's still going.
And Shaw is missed.
Shaw is now liquid, potentially gas at this point. It could, he's gone. So that's my pitch for who could come back. But I would be surprised if it's anybody. If they bring back the top half of Durant, this would just be incredible. It's not going to happen, but if it can happen to Darth Maul, it can happen to Michael Beach. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, Michael Beach is still swam. He swam back to shore. He took some Limitless juice.
Well, he was
healed
like
himself up.
buoyed by the adrenaline of how incredible his sharks are.
Wow, that was great. Oh man, can we call Deep Blue Sea 4 down water?
Absolutely, Deep Blue Sea 4 down water is sold.
Deep Blue Sea 5 up water.
One thing the franchise is known for is kind of the memorable shark-related deaths, and I don't know where they can go from here. Because they've had, like, sharks leaping and decapitating a guy who's, like, mid-fight. They've had a guy jumping off of a boat and being eaten alive before he hits the water. You've got Sam Jackson's phenomenal death in the first one. You've got Mike Chatello being beheaded. You've got Daniel Kim being torn in half by baby sharks climbing a ladder. You've got Josh being devoured by baby sharks in a shower. These are all
arms ripped off. We've never had just one leg bit off.
We've had one leg survive with Scoggins, but that's it.
What about that? Someone's leg gets bit off.
Yeah.
And then
that's it. If they bring back Robot Carl Durant and some shark tries to bite his leg, but it's a fake leg. It's a robot leg. He doesn't care. The shark's broken its teeth.
Yeah, there's been decapitations. There's been chest grabs. There's been weird, like, poor Janet. Wait, Janet. Yeah, not Janice. Yeah, Janice's death.
Yeah, well, yeah. She had a very similar death to Durant, where like a shark grabbing the bottom half of them.
Okay, what about this? Like, you think a shark's gonna? Well, Mako. Okay, you know what they haven't done yet? Makos can jump really high.
Well, they can't do that because then that throws out all the logic of the first
film. Bull sharks. No, but a Mako could be left from the original.
Yeah. There was you sure there's only 3 sharks?
Exactly. There's more. And so that could be interesting if one of the super sharks jumps out of the water and you don't see it. Or maybe you get a wide shot where it jumps over something and then onto like somebody's head and just takes them with them. Like, oh, we're safe here. Then it just does a jump.
So it's just like a free willy, but it lands on the person's teeth first.
Yes. Yeah. What do you think?
Sold. I'm here for it.
Oh, and then, like, maybe a shark kill that doesn't involve the shark biting. Like, the shark slams somebody up against some spikes or something.
Yeah, or it does that leap and it whacks someone with its tail and decapitates them that way.
Or, right, so Jaws goes into a cable. Jaws 2, Deep Blue Sea bites the cable. The shark set up a trap where a human runs on a person, but then the human stabs like an electrical thing and then they get electrocuted and die. Like the sharks trick a human into electrocuting themselves.
So we need like sharks to actually set up some kind of a trap, like in Predator. Okay. To fashion some kind of a. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know. No idea how. They haven't got hands yet, but who knows what will be next time.
I mean, if kelp can devise elementary breathing machines and attack not kelp. What are they called? Tarpon? Sturgeons? What is it?
It was a
kelp breathing apparatus.
It was a tuna.
A tuna, yeah. If tunas can develop a kelp breathing apparatus, then sharks can electrocute people with their tricks.
Yeah.
What about Durant goes full limitless juice, and then he becomes part shark, and then he has a fight against the sharks underwater.
He goes full Lucy.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, yeah. So, even instead of getting legs, he gets mermaided. He gets like a robot fishtail.
Oh my gosh, that'd be unbelievable. Like, so his legs that he has these legs. They can also transform into a mermaid-esque robot swimming thing.
He becomes Carp Durant.
Are you taking the helicopter with us? No, I'll meet you there. Oh, Carp Durant. You just see him jumping out of the water with a bunch of dolphins.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh at my own joke. I'm sorry.
No, why? I do it all the time. Carp Durant. And his legs can turn into many different things at many different times.
He's like Inspector Gadget, but just his legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then he's like, listen, I understand the irony of my legs, but this is the only way. The only way to what? You know,
It's the only way.
Limitless juice. Yeah. Yeah, but wait, weren't you? No,
It's the only way.
Shut up. Wait. The characters. I bet you, Dr. Missy Calhoun would not let it go.
No.
Wait, so you dragged us all out there to die? Now you're a robot?
It's the only way.
Oh, how many times is he going to say that in that movie?
That's his dying words.
He should kill one of the sharks with his legs and be like, these legs are amazing.
Forget my sharks. Look at my legs.
Yeah, and then he just runs back, and then you see Skynet happening a week later.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Hey, Miles Dyson, check out these. It's the scene from Back to the Future where he's like, it's your cousin.
Oh, man.
I got that sound you're looking for. I got those legs.
This could become Deep Blue Sea Dark Fate. Wait.
Yeah.
Deep Dark Fate Sea.
Deep Dark Blue Fate Sea.
Deep Blue Sea 4, Sea Mageddon, like Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
Yeah, that works. We didn't need a guest for this show. We're fine.
Like Terminator Genesis, it's just Deep Blue Sea, SEE.
No comparisons to Genesis. That didn't happen. No.
Wait, Rise of the Machines could be about Durant.
It could. If it's rising, like when he is lifted up from the water in the end of the film, when he dies. Or, air quotes, bad dies. He's rising. That's the rise of the machine. But he's not a machine yet.
He will be.
He will be. It's the only way.
We need it.
We do. Okay. So I feel like we've kicked this dead shark. Carp Durant. It will be on my tombstone because I will change my name to Carp Durant after this podcast. So next week we are still talking about Deep Blue Sea. We are bringing back a couple of fan favorite guests. We're having a Deep Blue Sea character draft on next week's show. It's gonna be fun. We know that because we've already recorded it, and it was a hell of a time. So
it gets loose.
It gets very loose. It's a very fun show. I had a lot of fun recording that one. And then we will announce on next week's show what's going to happen in the future, like pre-Con Air. But rest assured, we are sticking with sharks and Renny Harlin and aquatic monsters and that kind of thing. Not on a chapter-by-chapter basis, but come out next week. We'll tell you more about it then. But Mark, where can people find more of your stuff? What do you got to plug?
Yeah, let's see. Movies, Films, and Flicks. Movies, Films, and FLIX. You can check out the website and the podcast. Then you can look at Rotten Tomatoes is Wrong, the podcast. I do the research for that. Versus, which, if you go watch Versus right now, there's a Deep Blue Sea versus The Shallows versus The Meg for what's the second best shark movie of all time. Deep Blue Sea wins, and we got a very nice shout out from the host, Mark Ellis. So go. I mean, listen, that's my 50th episode of that. I'm very happy Deep Blue Sea won.
We got a nice shout out that you wrote for him to do.
And then we have, Film Theorist. I figured out how to kill a minion. So go watch that. And then I'm also working for Fandom now. And so if you go to Fandom and then you go buy the numbers, I did an Airbud episode for them. And I also have another one coming out. So I'll have more articles, videos coming out with them as well. So that's where you can find me.
Awesome. You can find more of my writing over at lifeversusfilm.com, and you can hear more of me on the Lambcast at least once a month, where I do a movie trivia show called Lampardy. And I've been it will already been done at this point when the show comes out, but Mark and I guest hosted 2 weeks of the Best Minutes podcast, talking about the film The Best Years of Our Lives from 1946. We recorded these last December, and it is August at this point. So everything is dated, but it's fine. So we had 10 of the final minutes, the penultimate 2 weeks of the show, where we talked about a minute per day. So you can find that on the Best Minutes podcast. Would have been when the show comes out. It would have been last week was our second week.
What I love is on the Twitter page, it's starting to get more loose. The one that welcomed our episode today was like the Deep Blue Sea guys like marvel at the upper body strength of. I forget the name of the character.
Fred Derry.
Of Fred. And then they're like, hey, they also talk about paintball.
Yep.
So at least they're starting to embrace.
Well, I've been listening to these because I edited them 8 months ago, so I've forgotten everything we talked about, and it's